President Macron of France has expressed his desire to participate in the highly anticipated BRICS summit, scheduled to be held in Johannesburg, South Africa in August this year. The summit has been in place for a couple of years and is intended exclusively for member state countries from the global south, namely Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. In today's video, we'll take a moment to discuss why it might not be the best decision to entertain Macron's request. Hello, and welcome to the Africa News Network. Macron's intention to participate in the summit has raised eyebrows for obvious reasons. As a member of the G7, European Union, NATO, and a permanent member of the UN Security, France is seen as a crucial asset within the Western Bloc. And this has been the case for many years. On the other hand, BRICS alliance is a potential rival to the G7, of which France is also a key member. Russia has already voiced its opposition to Macron's attendance. Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov stated, "We signaled that while respecting the host country's prerogatives, inviting certain guests should be based on the fact that BRICS is an association of states that fundamentally reject unilateral sanctions as a means to address foreign policy issues." The most logical explanation for Macron's motivation to attend the summit is that Western countries, including France, are concerned about the potential success of BRICS. A successful BRICS could disrupt the existing world order and challenge the hegemonic practices that the West has enjoyed for a very long time. The BRICS alliance is poised to become a significant economic partnership that will reshape the global landscape. These countries account for approximately 40% of the world's population, and their combined GDP already amounts to approximately $26 trillion. Numerous reports indicate that BRICS is gaining momentum, with several other countries showing interest in joining the alliance. These countries include Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Iran, Indonesia, Turkey, Pakistan, Argentina, Mexico, and Belarus, among others. African nations such as Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, Senegal, and Ethiopia have also expressed their desire to be part of this alliance. To prevent BRICS from achieving its goals, therefore, the Western Bloc will employ various tactics to infiltrate, frustrate, and co-opt the organization. The prospect of Macron's participation should be regarded as a Trojan horse. It is imperative to be cautious in placing trust in him. While France is cunningly employing a seemingly diplomatic but deceitful approach, like settling liquefied natural gas from China in Chinese yuan, the US has been employing nefarious schemes with the intention of undermining BRICS. This is not a coincidence. It is a deliberate strategy by the West. Presently, the majority, if not all, of the BRICS members have faced unjustifiable defamation or targeted actions, primarily originating from the US. Firstly, let's consider Russia. The Russia-Ukraine war has been escalating steadily, with NATO and the entire Western world actively supplying weapons and ammunition to Ukraine. While the West claims that the objective is to liberate Ukraine and restore democracy, it would be more reasonable to seek a diplomatic resolution and end the devastating war that has resulted in the loss of countless lives. The true goal seems to be weakening Russia both militarily and economically, as numerous reports indicate. Currently, Russia appears to be the most active voice within BRICS, pushing for the much-needed change in the world order. If Russia suffers, so does BRICS. Secondly, South Africa has been subjected to baseless accusations from the United States, alleging its involvement in supplying weapons to Russia for the Ukraine conflict.
Amongst the things that we noted were the docking of the Russian cargo ship Lady R in Simonstown between December 6th and December 8th, 2022, which we are confident uploaded weapons, ammunition onto that vessel in Simonstown as it made its way back to Russia.
These accusations aim to discredit South Africa and exert pressure on it, including attempts to arrest Putin during the BRICS summit.
That ambassador of the USA was supposed to be taken out of our country the following day. He insulted us, he violated diplomatic protocols. That's why he was sanctioned. And then he started speaking in folk tongues and we didn't hear what he was saying. But a man who speaks like that in the name of diplomacy, you will immediately withdraw his credentials.
Such tactics are part of a mischievous ploy to undermine BRICS. China, another BRICS member, has also faced rising tensions with the United States over the Taiwan issue. The US has deviated from the long-standing One China policy, provoking China with high-level visits to Taiwan and supplying weapons to the island. Additionally, the US has imposed unjustified sanctions on China, particularly in the semiconductor industry, citing national security concerns which many find questionable. These actions aim to destabilize China, which is a vital pillar of the BRICS alliance. Moving on, the United States has criticized Brazil, particularly President Lula da Silva, for accusing the US of encouraging the Ukraine war through weapon supplies. Brazil's refusal to join Western countries in imposing sanctions on Russia and allowing Iranian warships to dock in Rio de Janeiro has also irked the US. The US sees India as a potential weak link in the BRICS alliance and has been actively attempting to win India's favor. Despite persistent allegations of religious freedom violations in India, the US provided VIP treatment to Prime Minister Modi during a recent state visit to the White House last month, aiming to strengthen defense, trade, and technology ties. However, the West's accusations against Modi's regime may indicate a political agenda rather than genuine concerns.
They say your enemy's enemy is your friend. Is that the foundation of the new defense bridge between India and America? Or are we seeing the emergence of a new strategic cooperation with wider implications?
These targeted attacks on BRICS countries demonstrate the extent to which the US and its allies are willing to go to ensure the failure of BRICS.
A ceremony to mark the departure of more French troops from northern Mali. This is the third military base in the region to be vacated by French troops during the last few months.
France's eagerness to participate in the upcoming summit may also be attributed to the ongoing developments on the African continent. It is undeniable that there is a growing anti-French sentiment in West and Central Africa, which has resulted in humiliation and setbacks for the Macron administration. Military regimes in Mali, Burkina Faso, and the Central African Republic have expelled French troops, who had maintained a presence there for many years, and have replaced them with Russian troops. The rebellion against France can be attributed to the fact that, for decades, France has exploited the natural resources of its former colonies, with little or no benefit to these nations.
Questo è un bambino che lavora in una miniera d'oro in Burkina Faso. Il Burkina Faso è una delle nazioni più povere del mondo. Per il Burkina Faso, che ha l'oro, la Francia stampa moneta coloniale. In cambio pretende che finiscano nelle casse del tesoro francese il 50% di tutto quello che il Burkina Faso esporta. L'oro che questo bambino si infila in un cunicolo per tirare fuori finisce per lo più nelle casse dello Stato francese. Allora la soluzione non è prendere gli africani e spostarli in Europa. La soluzione è liberare l'Africa da certi europei che la sfruttano e consentire a queste persone di vivere di quello che hanno.
By seeking closer alignment with BRICS, which wields significant influence in Africa, France may be attempting to safeguard its remaining control over those former colonies that have not yet severed ties completely. Considering these factors, it is essential for BRICS to be cautious about extending an invitation to Macron. The success of BRICS hinges on the ability of its member countries from the global south to pursue their goals independently, without relying on unreliable and dishonest Western countries. Macron's presence could potentially disrupt the unity and integrity of BRICS.